peppers. If I send the dressers, they gon' come in straight.
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuil reporting with the facts, opinions, and BS straight from the top of the key. What's good?
What's up, man?
They chilling, chilling. You already know what it is. Hey, before y'all get too concerned, let y'all know, your boy Teddy, he out here on a business venture. So he ain't gonna be with us for a little minute, but it is what it is. We're gonna continue going forward while he continue to do what he gotta do, handling business first. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started. Why not start with somebody that Teddy cares about? Luka. So the last game we seen, okay, so OKC versus the Lakers. I'm telling you, I'm picking OKC. Two times they're gonna spank the Lakers up. I can see the Lakers winning one of them, probably the second one if they was gonna win one of them because they back to back games, not back to back days, but they played them, then they play them again. You get your lessons learned and you go forward and you conquer, right? But it worked the other way around. The Lakers beat the shit out of the Thunder in OKC. That boy SGA couldn't find his way to the free throw line. Then they turned around and played them again, and it was a tight game. It ended up finishing, I think it was a 16-point difference in favor of the Thunder, but it was a very controversial win because at this time it was 108, 106. I believe it was in favor of the Lakers either way, or maybe the Thunder. Either way, it's a 2-point game. Fourth quarter, Luka Doncic gets ejected, receives a second technical foul, gets thrown out the game, and then you see 136, 120. OKC wins the game. So a lot of people were saying the game's rigged. The game, they made sure that the Thunder won. The Lakers would have won if Luka didn't get ejected. What's your take on that, Quill?
Um, we don't know what the outcome would have been if Luca doesn't get ejected. Um, I know it would have been a different game. We don't know if it was. Well, we don't know what the actual outcome of the game would have been. Realistically, they still could have lost the game.
Yeah.
Um, but it being a more competitive game with Luca, yes. Um, that changing your team's momentum and how they feel, deflating your team in a game like this. Getting rid of, I don't believe in getting rid of ejecting key pieces of teams in pivotal moments.
So you don't believe in like ruling that out?
No, I don't. I don't believe in kicking Luca out of the game at a time like this.
Yeah.
Like just period. If it's a time like this, it's a crucial time. It's time for us to really go win this game. Don't kick Luke out at that time. That's all.
Okay. I respect that. And I respectfully disagree. People talking about he's unfairly targeted, this and that. I don't look, I don't give a fudge about none of that. You a superstar, you knew you had a technical foul already, and you got a reputation of whining and bitching at the refs, all that other stuff. So you gotta keep it all together. You gotta keep like we talk about a John Morant. You got a target on your back, John. The moment you get to doing this, something that everybody doing, they gonna look at you differently because they really gonna see the gun that ain't even in your hands, bro. Because you put a target on your back. Let's look at Draymond Green. I mean, they rescinded the technical on him. They ain't rescinded the flagrant foul on Draymond Green for him going up in the fucking layup fashion. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because you know why Draymond Green got that? Because of his reputation. He didn't get it because it was not a basketball move or because he was belligerent in his actions and all of this. No. He got it because he Draymond Green. So everybody else has to carry the weight in their backpack that they didn't put in there. Luka Doncic, you got to do the same. You a superstar. Understand the nature of the game. I'm not saying go fish to throw him out, but you understand the nature of the game. You thought you got fouled. You turned and looked in the ref's direction. You could have been talking to a fan. That's what you was saying. The ref was in that direction. You probably said, fuck you, get out of here, or whatever. And the ref thought you was talking to him. Hey, it sucks. True enough, we would have loved to see Luka in the game, but we see it happen. We see it happen to a bunch of people who's earned that reputation. So Luka can't be any different. Sorry, Luka, not sorry. But the other thing is, who the fuck is this ref? You know who this ref is?
No.
I ain't seen him. I'm tired of this shit. I called you the other night. The motherfucker, man. Look, I'm trying not to say motherfucker so much. You feel me? The dudes that was in the referees that was assigned to that Warriors game, bro. I ain't never seen none of them a day in my life. Not in the NCAA, not in the NBA, not at the YMCA, nothing. I've never seen them ref a game in my life, and they look like they never ref. It looked like they was refing off pure emotion. So I'm mad at Draymond Green, just like you probably feel sorry for Luka or you upset at Luka. I was mad at Draymond Green. Draymond Green, learn to press the shut up button. You seen them men, them grown, you had them grown men in their feelings. They was looking at everything to call against the Warriors. We couldn't get a fucking foul call, couldn't get a call in our favor in our own crib because you wouldn't shut the fuck up, Draymond Green. You wouldn't shut up, and then they hit you with a flagrant over. Like, hey, Quell, let me see you go for a layup when you lean it, you charging to the basket. You ain't finessing no jelly roll. You trying to go up. You know you embracing for contact. How you going up for a layup, Quell? What your arms look like? Like that, right?
Yeah.
If you just so happen, if somebody is charging at you and you charging, who got the right of way? The
The
offensive player got
offensive
the right of
player.
way. And then, cause you telling me if I'm standing there and you step on my foot, it's a foul on me. But you charged into the lane in the unrestricted area, contesting my shot, didn't have legal guarding stance, and caught a bolt to the face because you led with your face. It's a flagrant foul on me. You was on your Trey Song shit, diving in head first, and it's on me. No.
But
So
we
look,
take it off.
sorry, Luca, not sorry. They at least they rescinded your technical foul. They kept Draymond with the damn flagrant and never revisited that damn play. So it is what it is. Sorry, Luca. Not sorry. Get these damn refs up out of here. I need to certify these refs for something. Something need to happen. Because they out here looking like they got something to prove. You tell them they suck at their job, they finna show you they know the rules. Y'all gotta understand, bro. I was talking with a ref the other day. They said, yeah, them the rules black and white. But what you also know is, and a good mentoring ref will tell you, sometimes you let it be. If you look at it and say, did it really give that team or that player an unfair advantage? And if it didn't, let it be. It's a no call. It's unfortunate, but it's a
Yeah.
no call. Because how many times you see people standing in the paint for 7 seconds? 7 seconds, offensive players. And you like, but they look and they said, that offensive player can't even score from that distance. So we not worried about it. We not even go call it. We gonna let them play because he's a non-threat. So that's enough of me being on my soapbox, bro. It is what it is. But y'all ain't go back and look at Draymond Green play. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Lord know we can't keep getting flagrants and technicals on his big mouth ass. Do us a favor.
But I think in across the board though, you can't eject superstars off, especially in certain moments when you can see that you messed like when you're wrong. Like a lot of ejections, they yapping. Is most of the good refs, even the coaches be sitting there cursing at them. They'll be all right. I told you once, like I told you once. Like
You better get away from me.
they not just
They
reacting
these
like
these new wrestlers, they wear their feelings on their sleeves. I'm telling you. I'm
yeah, they not
telling
just
you.
reacting like that.
But in the same breath, why'd you get your first technical, Luca? If you got your first technical for jawing at a player, for getting physical with a player, cool. If your first technical was for jawing at that rep, which that's what they said it was, that second technical is like, bro, he already gave you a technical. Quit messing with that man. Lesson learned. See how they ref in the game. So I feel like it's something they go back. I'm not gonna keep you in the game because you a superstar, but we shouldn't just be looking like that. I feel like these refs are personally taking things personally. and they making it about them. My feelings hurt. My feelings hurt. If I was a ref, who you talking to, Luka? You talking to me? I smack your fat ass up. You better go on some. That's what the ref should have did to Luka. Should have just told him. Should have just told him. Should have punked his ass. That's what the ref should have did. But he didn't. They need that ref out there that look like Gucci Mane. That's what they need out there. The little ref that look like Gucci Mane. Put him out there. Or the one with the thick eyebrows. I forget his name. You know, black dude, old dude, thick eyebrows. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he put him out there. But
Hell nah.
so on another note, my man Ja Morant out here still testing the limits. That boy, look, I love it. Ja Morant said, I got some. Ja Morant finna play games with y'all. Ja Morant said he got time this year. He took the whole rest of that season off, missed the majority of this season, came back and then had to go out because he seen wasn't no light at the end of that tunnel. So he missed that last season. Now he came back and been missing a lot of games. He said, I got time. Y'all want to keep fucking with me? I'm doing what everybody else doing. I sent you that link to when Kenyon and Gilbert and all those talking about it. Bro, I swear it sound like us talking. It sound like us talking, but one thing Gilbert missed was because he compared it to hunting. Hunting is a recreational activity. Playing with guns is not. So that's where he lost me in his argument. But I'm like, look, at the end of the day, Josh see y'all messing with him. Josh said, look, y'all ain't never caught me with a grenade. So now he out there throwing grenades.
They never caught him with anything.
Yeah, they did. You can be
They
caught on video. It's called
they never. He put the video out.
battle. That's like if you do a crime. If hold
No,
on,
that
if you do a crime,
I say keep going. If you do
if
a crime,
if you do
keep
a
going.
crime, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
do you not hold on? Do you understand
Mm-hmm.
that stowing a weapon a certain kind of way is a crime?
So when they investigated John Morant for a crime,
Hmm.
he should have been convicted.
No, but it ain't always that way. It ain't
But
always
wait,
that
if
way.
it was a crime, they put him under the police put John Morant under an
Right.
investigation for a crime.
Right.
What
But
crime?
this is the thing in the black and white, what I just shared about refs. Sometimes you go back and you look and you say, you know what? We already got all this stuff. We already got all this stuff going on. We in Memphis. You got the stuff going on between the defund, the cops, all this stuff. They looking at every opportunity to try to make it seem like they ain't out to get brothers, bro. So even if you look in the systems, bro, they'll tell you it was a point of time where it's like if it's not a violent crime, we ain't really pursuing anything. You will go, they lock you up, you go to court, and they like, it wasn't a violent crime, let them go. That's really so I'm saying, not every time you commit a crime, they're gonna look to throw the book at you. So they look and they see, like, I mean, yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, could that be you know how many things people do that is breaking the law? And they like, bro, but wasn't nobody
He
else in that.
committed the crime in Colorado.
You said what?
He was in the club in Colorado.
Right,
It
but what
wasn't
I'm
a
telling you,
crime
if you
there.
look up Colorado gun laws, whether you got concealed
So it has
carry,
nothing to do with what's going on in the streets of Memphis.
I'm saying though, in the United States,
He
period,
was
when
in
you
a
got all of
club
this
by
stuff
he was in
going
a
on,
private room by himself with a stripper.
so ask yourself this: was the
And
defund the
he put out
police
his
just in Memphis?
legal he put out his
Was
legal weapon. He
was
didn't brandish it.
what?
He didn't none of
Yes, yes,
the
yeah, 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 yeah.
none of
Was the
any of the
defund
crimes he
police?
convicted of in Colorado. Not the back,
But
not where
what's
he
the
put his
Colorado
hold.
gun laws though? What's the
Not
Colorado?
where he put his
Hold on. What's the
gun.
Colorado gun
So,
laws?
so when he was doing it, under Colorado gun laws,
What's
he was not
Colorado gun
doing
laws?
anything illegal.
Are you sure? Because I'm
He
about to
would have
prove you
been
wrong.
convicted of it.
I,
They
I,
tried
I'm
to
about to
put
prove
it.
you wrong. I'm about to prove you
Go
wrong.
ahead.
Do you
So what? Go
understand
to the
whether you
case.
are? Do
Go to
you
the case.
understand? You said
Go
go
to
ahead
the.
and kept
You can
talking.
look up the case. Go to
You
it.
said go ahead. Do you want me to go ahead or
Go
not?
to the John
Do
Morant,
you want me to go
Colorado.
ahead or not?
John Morant versus Colorado.
Do you want me to go ahead or not?
Okay, go ahead.
Right. So when you are a lawful gun owner, whether you
Mhm.
got a concealed carry license, or if you just can carry in that state without having a license or permit, One thing you can't do is have guns around alcohol. So if it's an establishment that serves alcohol, which a strip club does, you cannot have a gun. So yes, that is violating a law. However, comma, the cops can make, that's why the cops said we are not going to pursue any charges because nobody reported it. There was no incidences, so they chose not to pursue him. They didn't say we cannot. They said we're not going to.
Back to the NBA, when he shoots a three and does this, why is Ja Morant being? Why is it being that he's why is he being seen that way?
Because the NBA said we got a certain image to uphold, and that ain't aligned
What is
with
the
it.
image he didn't uphold? When
You said
he
what?
didn't, it's not like he was
Being careless with guns?
What is the image he didn't uphold?
Being careless with guns?
Being careless with what? Where was
With
I? Where
guns, I
was
just
I
told
being
you, being
careless?
careless with guns. I answered your question.
I was not being careless.
And what when you riding around playing with a gun, that is
He
being careless with
wasn't
guns.
riding anywhere.
In the car, he wasn't?
He wasn't driving anywhere.
Did I say driving or riding? Which one did I say? So riding around. So peep this.
I'm
Hold on.
sitting in the car.
Hold on.
You telling me I can't get on any video as a
So tell me this. So tell me this.
Bought a new gun
So
and I
tell
can't
me this.
show the gun while
So
sitting in my
tell me
car?
this though, Quill. How many times we've been riding together? You
I'm
know
not
I
talking
always
about me and
hold
you.
on,
I'm
hold on,
talking
hold on,
about
no, 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 no. Hold on. How
talking
many
about
times?
white people.
How
I'm
many
not talking about
times?
me and you. I'm saying
But
why.
I'm asking you, how many times have we been riding together and I've been
Mhm.
strapped? Damn near every time we ride together, right?
Okay.
Do you ever see me pull out my gun whether I'm driving or not? No.
I've seen you show me your gun when you stopped at a fucking mall. When we were at, you pulled your gun and
You
showed
ever
me.
see me show you? You ever see me just pull out a gun? I ain't never showed you
I've
my gun
seen you
outside the
show
mall.
me your yes.
No.
You showed me your gun.
Yes, I've showed you my gun before, not outside the mall, bro.
No,
I
we
can't
were
even tell you
sitting
last time
in
I've been
the
to a mall with
vehicle.
you.
When we got to the mall, we were sitting inside of your vehicle.
A mall? When we go to a
Outside of the
mall?
yes.
When we go to a mall? Bro, I don't even go to malls.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, I'm keeping it a bean. I don't even go to malls.
So where else have you showed me your? Where have you showed me your
In
weapon,
your
Bill?
house, at my house.
Okay, go ahead, Bill.
I'm just saying. If we at somebody else's house, you will see. I don't just pull out my gun and be like, "Oh, bro,
Well, Bill,
anytime you with me, nine
how
times out
many
of ten, I
times?
got a
Think
gun.
about
It ain't
this.
nothing new.
How many times in St. Louis have you come to my house in the past? How many years? You
The
recorded a
last time I've
song.
been to your house was when you
How many
stayed close
times?
to the
The
east
only
side,
time is when we're going to hoop or when I'm with you.
and
We
you ain't
were in
seen my
a
gun since then.
vehicle.
And you ain't seen my gun since then.
But I didn't say how many times I seen your gun. I don't.
Right. So
I
I'm
see,
I'm saying so if I ain't came to your house, so what I'm
you,
saying, if it was three
you know the
years,
law too. You weren't
if it
doing it
was
in any
if
other
it was
way,
three
but
years,
you were talking about your weapon
if
with
it was
somebody,
3 years,
and then you showed me. You showed
if
both
it
of
was
us your
three
gun.
years since I've been to your house, it's been 3 years since you seen my gun. It's that simple.
It don't matter when it wasn't at my house.
You can see my gun. You
You
can see
never.
my gun in your house.
I've never seen you pull your gun out at my house.
Yes, you have, bro.
No, what would you be doing it for?
Because I say, hey, bro, it's uncomfortable in the
No,
holster. Hey, where can I
what
put
would
it?
you don't do
And
that? What would
you
you came and
you can
recorded a
ask
song at
Teddy,
my
you can
house?
ask anybody, bro. I say, hey,
I'm
where can I
telling
place
you,
this? Cause
Lavelle,
I don't want to have
go
no
ahead.
kids
Go
around.
ahead
You got
with that
anywhere? And they be like,
episode.
hey, put it here. Ain't nobody bet. Say no more.
I'm not saying just because you showed me your weapon don't mean you were playing with your gun.
Right. My thing is, bro, it ain't nothing new to show you. I don't show you nothing, bro. I don't show you nothing.
Okay, go ahead, Val.
It's bro, it's really, bro. I promise you, if Teddy was here, Teddy be like, nah, bro. You know, 9 times out of 10, he got something on him. That man ain't. If you, especially if you seen it
But
before,
wait,
ain't nothing
did
to
I
show you
say
again.
do I say you constantly pull your weapon out?
So what I'm telling you is, the weapon I'm talking
You
about, the
can't even
one that you
remember the
referring
time we
to,
were together
I
when
done
you
had
showed
about
me the
10
fucking gun.
years. I done
You
had
can't even
about 10
remember the time
years.
you were in the car and you were talking and showed the gun.
In about
That's how
10
long ago it
years.
was. You're literally telling me it didn't happen.
In about 10 years, I done had that thing about 10 years. So if you talking
So
about
in
something,
10 years, you can't even remember the time you showed me. I'm not saying you take it out. I don't know when you have your gun. The only
so
time I
how would I
ever have
show
known
you?
you had it on
How would I
you,
show
you
you?
showed me your
How would
weapon.
I show you?
You were talking to someone about the time you were at the range. You were literally having a conversation with someone. We were sitting in the
I have
car.
to ask you when I go to the mall with you, because I'm gonna tell you, when I came back into the country, I stopped going to the mall, bro.
Okay.
It's that simple. I stopped going to malls. Like you gotta do a
So
lot
we
for me
may
to
have
go
been
to a
sitting
mall.
somewhere else.
Hey, you said a mall, I'm just telling you. Either way
I
it go,
know I
bro.
did.
I
We
know
do
gun
this
laws
every
better than
episode
you
with
do.
the
What I'm
semantics.
telling you is
Continue to
swerving,
go.
switching lanes, playing
The
with a gun.
last
You watched
2
the
years
video. He
is
was
the
playing with a
semantics.
gun while he was in the
Go
car.
ahead.
The NBA
You've
said I don't
never
want nothing to
showed me
do
your
with it.
weapon in your house. The
The
only time
NBA
I've
said
ever
I don't
seen
want
it
nothing
when
to
we
do
were
with it.
going into a gun range. It probably was then that when we were going into a gun range. Only time I've ever, and when we were sitting in the car.
I don't even remember going to a gun range with you.
Your wedding. Thank you. Go ahead,
Yeah, that
Bill.
was that. Yeah, that
Go
was.
ahead, Bill.
Yeah, that was. We did go to a gun range.
I
I don't know if
know,
I
I
shot my
know.
gun
Go
that day
ahead. I'm
though.
not just making shit up.
But you see
I
how I
don't need
acknowledged we did
to.
go to a gun range, of course.
Go
But the mall, I
ahead.
told you.
Go
You said my
ahead.
wedding. You was more
What's the
specific.
next
You talk about a
topic?
mall. If you said, "Hey, bro, for this event, boom, 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 we went to the mall," I'd be like, "Okay,
Okay.
that sounded about right." Or I say, "No, you wrong." You said my
Okay.
wedding. Yeah,
Go
we
ahead,
went shooting.
Bill. Go
We
ahead,
did.
Bill.
But you got to learn the gun laws because you don't know what's illegal and what's not.
When they went to press charges, I don't care
They
about what's
chose not to.
illegal.
Go read the
When they
report.
went to press
They
charges,
chose
he
not
was
to.
not committing a crime.
No, they didn't
So
say
the
that. They said
NBA,
we will not pursue charges.
when he was sitting in the vehicle, he was not committing a
So
crime.
why look, get on your
Even if he
phone,
put a video up sitting in the
get
vehicle,
on
he
your
just had
phone,
bought a gun.
get
If he
on
had
your
just
phone and do
bought a
your
gun and was
research.
sitting
I
in his car,
guarantee
he
you will
was not
see
committing a
it
crime.
is illegal to have a gun in an establishment that serves alcohol. I
When he
guarantee
was
you'll
sitting
find it.
in the vehicle, he was not committing a crime. In Texas, they walk around with guns on them in every bar they go in. I was there with seen it.
Yeah, I lived there. Thank you. But no, they don't have guns in bars.
They walked around with guns everywhere.
They don't have guns in bars. Try again. And if
I've
they
been to
got a
bars and
gun,
seen people
and
with
if
guns
they
in
have
bars.
a gun in a bar, it's probably a hole in the wall, very tight
I've
knit
been
group
to
where they say,
exactly.
"Hey,"
So what you're saying, I've been to a bar and
but
seen guns.
it don't
I
mean that it's
performed
not
at the bar.
illegal.
I
It
literally
it
have a
don't it
video
does not
on
mean that it's
Google,
not illegal.
saying on the Google,
It
I've
doesn't
been
mean that it's not
in Texas
illegal.
at my show.
It
Damn, in
doesn't
Texas
mean
they
that it's
bring
not
their guns
illegal though.
literally everywhere.
It doesn't mean it's not illegal though.
I'm
That's like
literally
say
on video saying, damn, in
I go
Texas they
to a
bring their
city
gun
where they don't
everywhere.
stop at red lights. That don't mean it's not illegal. You go to
Go ahead.
downtown St. Louis, they ain't stopping at red lights and stop signs.
I
That don't mean it's
get
not
this.
illegal.
What's the basketball conversation?
I told you the NBA said this don't allow with the vision that we got. This don't align with it. So it is what it is. Just like
Mhm.
AI wearing big clothes didn't align with their vision, so they did what they did with AI. It's that
They
simple.
did what they did with
If
the
the
whole
NBA say
league.
we don't want it,
They
we
made
don't
it
want it.
league wide. They put a dress code league wide. It would have been real crazy if they told just him to put suits on.
But like they
But they
said,
didn't do that. They made it league
Draymond
wide.
Draymond got to
They
wear the
didn't
suit that
go
he
and just
wear.
tell AI to put suits on and everybody else do what you
Draymond got to
want
wear
to
the
do.
suit that he wears. Ja
He
Morant
don't.
do too.
He don't have to. They didn't. Draymond does. He kicks. Draymond's antics kick you in the nuts, hit you, hitting people. That's not the same thing over and over.
Look,
His shit
the
is new
NBA
every
has
year.
warned him. If
Every
somebody gave
incident
you a
of
fair
Draymond is
warning,
new.
bro, the all
I
you got
get
to
what
do
you're
is take
saying,
heed to it.
but what I done wasn't illegal.
It was
I
illegal.
get what y'all saying.
It
Cool.
was illegal. Learn your gun laws. It was illegal.
It was. I didn't get convicted of any crimes when the police came.
Don't matter. Just because you ain't get convicted. That's
When I
bro.
got
Just think about
suspended,
how
I
many
didn't get
people got
suspended.
domestic
I
violence
didn't get
charges and they don't
suspended
get
for the
convicted. It
gun.
don't mean that they didn't
I
do
didn't
it.
get
It don't
suspended.
mean it
When
wasn't
I got
illegal.
suspended, I got suspended for detrimental to the league.
Cool. I think you just don't understand though. Not getting charged and not being guilty are two different things.
I didn't. And then, what if I'm holding my gun? Even if I'm showing my gun, if I'm teaching my daughter how to hold a gun,
That ain't what he was
I'm
doing
not
though.
doing anything illegal.
Don't think of anything recreational and then compare it to something that was just shits and giggles.
Recreational. Just
No,
because you think it's
riding around
stupid,
with a
don't mean that
gun
it's
free is not
illegal.
recreational.
Just because you think it's stupid, don't make
That's
it
not
illegal.
recreational.
What was I doing?
Riding around with a gun
I
playing
wasn't
with it.
riding anywhere.
In the car, you wasn't riding anywhere?
I wasn't riding on the whole ride. My friend pulls up. You see Jock come out the house and get in the car and sit with his friend.
Mm.
That's because you didn't see the whole video, don't mean that he was riding around.
Or just because you don't understand the laws don't mean it's not illegal.
Two things can be true. Continue with the conversation.
Been past it. I carried on with the conversation. You keep talking about shit you don't know about. You don't know
Like
gun
what?
laws.
That's
You,
one
you,
thing.
you,
And then what?
you don't know the vision of the NBA, obviously. You don't know
The
how the
vision of
business
the
work.
no,
That's two.
I'm getting so when I said make it a league-wide rule, make it a league-wide rule.
That's cool. But when the league say Ja,
That's the
they
vision of the
talking to
NBA.
Ja.
That's the vision of the NBA. What's
They
wrong with
talking to
that?
Ja.
But what's
So
wrong with
now
that?
Ja
You
has
brought
to
up
wear the
AI.
suit that he got
You,
tailored to fit.
Levette, you brought up AI.
He got tailored to wear the suit. Now he
AI is
gotta wear it,
everything.
bro.
They
He
made it a
gotta wear it.
league-wide thing.
But he
They
gotta
made
wear
it
the suit.
league-wide.
He gotta
They
wear the
made
suit
it
though.
league-wide.
He has to wear the suit. Just
No,
like
they
Luka
make
had
it
to wear it the other
league-wide.
night.
Make it league-wide.
No, you ain't got to. You ain't
Make it
got to.
league-wide. Because you're going to
Look,
see the same
Ja,
celebration
keep
all
throwing
the
your
playoffs.
grenades, baby.
Ja ain't
Cause
going to
they
leave
ain't
past
caught
the
you with a
first round.
grenade yet. But when they catch you on
When
live
they
with a grenade, cause you a
when Luka
goofy
do
if you
his
wanna
little,
be,
when
then
Luka
guess
did his
what?
little, Luka didn't get suspended.
Cause this right here, Luka
Y'all
not
gonna
known
see
to
the
have
same.
guns.
Y'all gonna see the same. Y'all gonna see this all through the playoffs.
But Luka ain't
John's
had
only gonna
guns.
be in the first round.
But Luka ain't had guns. That's why he ain't get
Yes, he
suspended.
does. Yes, Luka has plenty of pictures with
Luka
his
did
brother.
not get
Go
in
to Luka's
trouble for
Instagram.
having
The same
guns.
Instagram that you saw on
Luka
Josh.
did
He didn't
not
get caught. He didn't get caught with the police. The same
get in
Instagram.
trouble
Luka has
having
plenty of
guns.
guns. So does Nikola Jokic.
He ain't got in trouble having guns, bro.
Neither did Ja
Ja did get in trouble.
with the NBA.
Hey,
Not,
that's all
I
it
didn't
took.
get in trouble with guns.
Look,
Y'all
that's
just
all it
didn't like
took.
my Instagram post.
Look, that's all it took, bro.
You didn't like my Instagram post. I didn't get in trouble with guns.
Like all it took for Mike Malone to get fired was 4 games left in the season. Ridiculous. How do you let this man go? Because y'all struggling. Y'all not factoring in the injuries. You not factoring in how you done nothing but lose ever since you won a championship, lose players, lose positions, lose talent. You not factoring in any of that. You just gonna let Mike Malone go because he the problem. Y'all detected part of the problem not renewing the GM's contract. He was the issue because he wanted to rely on picks and stuff like that rather than retaining veterans. Now y'all in the situation y'all in. And the
Well, they
part of
really
the problem with
want
Michael
to
Porter, I feel like isn't necessarily he losing his touch in basketball. Michael Porter, the Porter family got a lot of shit going on. You got one that got banned from the NBA, one that's going to jail, and then you got another one who just he had a car accident. So ain't no telling what he gonna do because he done messed somebody up in a car accident too. The Porter house is crazy right now. That man mental stability is I don't know how he like hold true to what this he a lot of time I don't even think he focused on basketball right now, bro. He trying to put
But they've
money on
been
his
wanting
brother
to get
books,
him out
bro.
of there, though.
Huh?
They've been wanting to get him out of there.
I know, but I mean, you could have did that all
We just
season.
happened
Y'all
to win
start,
the championship.
but hold on, y'all started off the season shitty as fuck. That was the perfect time to get him out.
Yeah, but you can't justify getting him out of there in the beginning of the season when you
How you
just
justified
started
at
the
the
season.
end when y'all the fourth seed?
You can when you at a point where you done. If we go to the
Don't make
playoffs and we
sense.
end up winning and we end up winning the West, I can't fire him then.
But you top five in the
I
West.
get that. Cool. And you ain't gonna justify going through the West,
You
getting to
you
the
on
Western
pace.
Conference
You
Finals,
on pace
or
to win
getting to
50
the
games
finals.
this season.
So we gonna get rid of him. Thank you for the season, getting us through this season,
Don't
but we're
make
not
sense to
gonna
me.
give
If
you
anything, when I started off the season shitty as hell, I'm saying, you know what? Fine. We been wanting to fire your ass. We gonna fire you right now.
why fire you then when I can fire you now?
I get it. Thank you for carrying us to this point. But are you conceding the fact that you're not gonna make noise in the playoffs?
No, I'm conceding the fact that I have to pay you an extension if you do. And I don't want you here.
So why not just go ahead and nix his ass
When? After the
at the
Western
beginning of the
Conference fucking
season?
finals?
No,
No,
at the beginning
why?
of the man.
Why? No,
Look,
bruh. We about to, these last few games don't matter. Whatever they had going on back and forth, they don't. Mike Malone want to play Westbrook. Westbrook, you can't justify not playing Westbrook when Westbrook playing good. You want to play Pickett. He want to play Pickett. Well, Pickett got go have a triple double, but Westbrook still have a good game every game. We trying to win. We got veterans out. We got people in and out of this lineup. I'm trying to win. My life, my job on the line, everything on the line. I have to win games. I'm not finna play Pickett. I'm sorry. He cool, but I'm gonna go with Westbrook. So when we in this thing where he mad because I'm not playing his picks, he only gets paid by his picks performing. We get him money every year to pick these players and to put teams together and to do this shit. He only gets performing. He mad because I'm not playing his picks. I don't care. Like, y'all want me to get up out of here anyway. Both of y'all get up out of here. Like, yo, picks, we not finna pay you, and you can go too. I'm not finna keep you.
hey,
You got to see the writing on the wall. Aaron
look,
Gordon, when you see him breaking down, he's not that. Jamal Murray, his body ain't that. The
bro,
picks that we
it's
have, Christian Brondon developed pretty cool, but who else?
it ain't it
Strother,
ain't it ain't no
DeAndre
love
Jordan
in
is
the NBA,
old.
bro. This been one of the craziest, one of the most disloyal seasons. You let Taylor Jenkins go. You at the end of the season, you let Mike Malone go with 4 games left. You done blindsided, elbowed the fuck out of Luka Doncic. You disrespected AD because you make it seem like he's such a loss, but it ain't really that. It's just the disloyal actions that you committed to the franchise, to the fan base, to the city to get Luka
But
up out of
fuck the
there.
fan base.
Huh?
Every fan base, fuck the fan base. No one cares
Everybody ain't
about the
like
fan.
that. Everybody
No
not
one
like that.
cares about the fan base.
Some cities do.
No, only people that care, the fan base cares about the team. It's not
It's
the other way around.
I think it's very few. Like
No.
I feel like the
Who?
Warriors.
Klay Thompson plays for Dallas.
Yeah, but that was different. Steph
No, it
Curry ain't
wasn't.
going nowhere
So what? Monte Ellis did.
because Steph Curry was there.
It don't a business gonna
But
be a
it's
business.
different
A
times calls for
business gonna
different
be a
measures.
business. Chris
It's
Mullins got traded.
bro, you talking about Chris Mullins? That was like in the 90s, the damn 2000s.
It's the
30 years
franchise.
later.
It's
30
the
years later.
franchise. It's what we do.
Bro, it's 30 years later, bro.
A business is a business. They don't give a damn. Now you seeing how much they don't give, and all the fans be like, "Oh, he should have stayed. He shouldn't have went to this team, and he better not go to." Fuck them. Fuck how we feel.
Make your business decision.
They don't give a damn. They will cut you in the most inopportune time. People mad at Brad Beal. He not making the Suns better. Fuck the Suns. I
Brad Bill
just
getting
got
that
to tell my
shmoney.
people in school they would have shipped me out of there in February. No, I'm gonna let my kids finish this school year. It's hard to
Yeah.
have those conversations with a baby mama.
We gotta keep seeing. We gotta keep moving and moving cities there and moving cities there. And no, I'm gonna let and I gotta move and go stay in an apartment. My kids gotta stay in Phoenix for the rest of the year so they can finish. No, I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep this no trade clause. I don't care how y'all feel.
right.
Fuck the fans.
Cause if I ain't
Y'all
had
want
this,
me
y'all
and
wouldn't
my
have cared
kids to
how I
get
felt when.
uprooted to another city because y'all want a better team till April. Shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. Y'all want to be a better contender in June. So my kid got to trade schools again. And I got to deal with my wife again when I could just no trade. I could just stay here.
Yeah. So end of the season, we're approaching the end of the season, the 82nd game. April 13th, everything is all said and done. I just want to talk about a few of the teams and players who I feel like catch a win just at the right time. I think we wrapped up our last episode on this. Ja Morant. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a name out there. Ja Morant catch a win at the right time. He finding the love in the game, and I think that's what's going to help them at least win the game in the playoffs. Don't know how far they're going. According to Quill, they're not going far. But I think it's going to help them at least win the game. So, Ja Morant. Catch and win at the right time. Who you got?
I think you talking about like lower tier teams. I think that the Kings
Anybody
have
who you
actually
think just getting in their groove at the right
been
time?
hooping lately.
Who?
Of course, the Warriors and caught win at the right moment of the season. The
Yeah,
Kings have been
Podziemski.
hooping lately.
Yeah,
Um,
they just lost Malik Monk for 2 weeks, and they
that's
don't
not
have Murray.
that's not good.
No, it's
Uh,
not. I hope they win tonight, though. They playing the Nuggets. I need them to win.
I think realistically, as a team, the Bulls have hooped better. The
Damn, the
Magic,
Bulls.
the Magic have low key hooped really decent over the last closeout.
Hey, you a little greedy motherfucker, bro. Can I say somebody else?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what about the Pacers?
The Pacers, they solid.
We
The
was tough
Pacers
on the
are a
Pacers at the
team.
beginning of the season because Halliburton wasn't doing nothing we used to him doing,
Yeah,
but he apparently don't need them no.
he okay being one of the guys, but he a good manager of the guys.
Yeah,
Like him being so young, I forget how young he still is. Him being so young, and a lot of the people around him young. Him learning to step into his dominance as the leader. He still
yeah,
needs that because he's super talented player. And whenever he want to turn it on, he gonna get you 20 and 10 like. But
yeah.
he gotta know
10 with
when to
one
put.
turnover, if that.
Yeah, like he gotta know when to be the guy. Like, are you the guy? You got a
Yeah.
lot of guys over there, but who is that guy? And it should be you, in my opinion. You the leader.
Hey, way to catch win at the right time. Y'all know what time it is. Facts, opinions, and BS. The Lakers just took out the Mavs, something I didn't need to happen, but it happened. We need to go get this dub. Spurs versus the Warriors. Denver needs to fall down to the Kings, and the
Oh yeah,
Clippers
we
need
got
to
the
lose to
Spurs.
whoever the fuck they
No, the
play.
Cats have been hooping, but we gonna beat the Spurs.
Ready? Hope you patch shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn. You